guys, what's up? It's your girl Unique B, and welcome to Sippin Tea with Unique B. Today, to my left, I have my girl Keita, Keisha, Sippin and Darnicia. And to start out today's topics, we will be talking about whether or not Beyonce's concerts should be rated R. A parenting group went on the record stating that the way that Beyonce is dressed during her concerts should really be rated R for people who are bringing their children. I have a whole group of Beehive people sitting at this table today, and I am the only one that's not in the hive. So this should be, I got a fellow bee over here. So this should be pretty interesting. What I'm going to do is start with the person that I've known over a decade, and I know that her love for Beyonce is strong, baby. So, Keisha, do you think that Beyonce's concerts should be rated R?
I took my child to the Beyonce concerts, and she's just fine. She's not going around dancing like her or anything like that, so it shouldn't be rated R. I mean, I still don't understand why. I mean, there's a lot of ass shaking, and provocative dressing, but if you raise your child right, you ain't no problems.
How about you, D?
I've been to screen tours with Pretty Ricky. They was lying on the floor. It's like you're supposed to know what your child is going to go see.
Okay, but you said you've been to screen tours with Pretty Ricky, but how old were you?
I was in middle school.
You were in middle school. There are people that are taking their 7 and 8 year old daughters.
But Beyonce actually promotes more positivity than vulgar.
Okay.
And girl power.
So I don't see a problem with her outfits. If you explain to your child that's all for show, that that's just for her to perform in, and it's fine. I mean, you should know how to make your child separate performance from real life. Because when they're dancing in dance school, they wear those same leotards.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, not with the thong, hopefully. If so, you need to pull your children. Okay. How about you, Sippin?
I think Beyonce, it's good for kids to see Beyonce because she's successful and it shows them that they can be that famous and rich. So just like they said, the parents said, I'm not a parent, just let them know that this is what you're going to be seeing and you can't dress that way on a daily.
Keita.
Now, I'm a parent of a 7-year-old. I've seen the concert myself. She ain't going. But what about little Timmy's mama who don't know the specific concept? All she know is, like you said, Beyonce promotes girl power.
Okay.
That's all she know. That's all she know. And she think that's the best point to know is that Beyonce promotes girl power. Oh, I can take her to see that. But then she see them red vinyl boots that baby got onto her thigh with a red vinyl G-string unitard. Baby, she's gonna lose her mind.
Go ahead, Keisha.
You don't have to go to the concert to actually know what happens at the concert.
Okay. Amber Rose promotes girl power.
Yeah.
She really does. But she's looked at differently than Beyonce. And why? And if you look at her progression over the years, Beyonce went from not cussing to telling people to suck on her balls. So what I'm saying is, back in the gap, had I been a mother and Destiny's Child was out, or even when Dangerously in Love dropped, her first CD, I probably would have let my kid go. It's something totally different. Something totally different than to Lemonade. There's nothing wrong. Every artist is supposed to progress as they get older, and I think that's what she's done as a 35, 36-year-old woman. I give her that. But what I'm saying is, when it comes to your children, would you be okay letting them go? Well, I'm not going to say would you be okay, but do you think it should be rated R?
I think all concerts should be 12 and older, to be honest.
As an 80s baby, things are different now than they were then. And I'm not going to go into all those other subjects that are going on, but life is just different. So what you did back then, you know, in 92, 93, as long as I had an older cousin and I had an older brother, You got dropped off, and it was their responsibility to keep up with me, whether they liked it or not. But you can't do that. You can't do that now. So I'm going to end the Beyonce debate. I do think it is the parents' responsibility to look into what their children are wanting to listen to, wanting to watch. I do not think it is Beyonce's responsibility to necessarily parent your child. So that's what we're going to do from Beyonce. But speaking of strong black women, right now, shout out to Texas home Simone Biles and Gabby Douglas for what they've done winning the U.S. gold. But it seems that America is not too concerned with how they're bringing home the gold so much as their hair. So much so that Gabby Douglas has recently quit what are they doing in Rio?
Olympics?
The Olympics. Gabby Douglas has backed out of the Olympics recently. How do you guys feel that their hair should be judged on what they're doing right now? And I'm sitting, and just to let you guys know, I'm sitting here with a table full of natural haired women, unprocessed. So
I really don't think your hair should define you or what your goals in life are.
okay,
If you're good at something, give me my props for being good at something.
Definitely.
My hair, how it curls up, how it kinks, how it falls, shouldn't have any saying on how good I am when it goes to representing my country.
okay. Safani.
I think Gabby, whatever she's faking is not fair. And people have to know that this is international. Like, the world is watching. These girls are representing, like, how young African Americans are so talented in America, and like people from Europe, people from Africa. Like, I remember when I was back home, I used to watch the Olympics. It's a huge deal, and it's so sad that their hair or their skin tone or whatever it is taking over them being accomplished young women. And
Okay, so for those who don't know, Safana is from Ethiopia. Just to give you a background, when she says back home, she is from Ethiopia. So
Real African. The real African.
So she's speaking on her experience. Continue.
yeah, so it's like the world is watching, and they're doing such an amazing job, and then the internet being bullying them is just taking away from that power, and it's keeping them from being role models to young girls because they're focusing on something that's not even relevant.
Agreed. Keish?
I have to admit, when I first saw a picture or a video or something of, not Gabby, but
Simone.
I did say, why is she like straighten it just a little bit, keep it together? She had a lot of pins in. I can see she was trying to keep it together, and I didn't judge her on it, but I kind of noticed it. I see why people notice it.
Okay.
But yeah, like she can still do her job. I mean, why does that matter?
Only thing I can say is that we as people, we tend to point out stuff, negative stuff, before we say positive.
Yes.
We do that we have that very bad.
True.
Before we even say she's pretty, we don't say, why she got the shoes on? That's the problem we have.
True.
And I don't see anything wrong with her. Like, I didn't even notice Simone's hair. I was like, this girl can flip. That was the first thing I said when I watched her. I didn't even notice her clips, none of that in her hair. Because I really feel like we have an image issue. That's the problem that a lot of black women, black people have. We have a very bad image issue.
Okay.
If y'all remember a long time ago when Venus and Serena first came out, they were being judged by their hair too.
To clarify,
They were
when
braids.
Venus and Serena first came out,
Yeah.
they had the braids with the 472 beads
Yeah.
on each one.
Yeah.
That looked like, and the reason it was braided to the back was because they were playing a sport.
Yes.
And anybody, honestly, the other day, I was telling my daughter she doesn't know how good she has it. Because I could remember Saturdays was hair wash day and a pressing comb with some lanolin grease that stink and went on your hair. And you literally had the blue, Blue Magic. So, and then you had 472 bows in your head, and we had real loopies, them real goody original loopies that I don't think they sell no more. That when you did this, one of your eyes got put out, so you didn't really shake your head too much. They don't sell those no more. They not on the market. I don't know why. Maybe they caught a couple of lawsuits. But what I'm saying is, their hair is just that.
Just hair.
And what those young ladies were able to do, the average person could not do. There was still people that literally trained to make it to the Olympics and did not make it in their category. So while you're sitting up talking about their hair, they can go buy it once the Olympics are over.
And she did.
If it just
She had that hair. She did.
She got it.
Why you worried about you worried about her Pantene?
Pantene got her looking like 22 inches silky straight. So what I'm saying is, that is not what is important. Those girls have given their lives and dedicated their time in order to achieve a goal, and they didn't just push and achieve that goal, they actually won the goal. So for anybody to be concerned with their hair, that shows just how petty you are. So speaking of bitches doing it well and shade being thrown, Tamar Braxton, the lovely Tamar, has recently accused Lonnie, Adrian, and Tamara of not being present for Logan's second birthday. However, on Instagram and Twitter, by the way, other fans came to the real host's defense, stating that there were pictures of them at the party. Tamar responded by saying that they weren't there when she was sick, nor were they there for the party. Then another person posted pictures of Tamar in bed with Logan, Lonnie, Adrian, Tamara, and Jeannie Mai. And Tamar went back and retracted and said they showed up to the party, but then they left. They only did it for show. How do you guys feel about that? Do you think there is a level of pettiness and bitterness that Tamar is putting out at this point?
Yes, that's an animus. That's an animus.
She hurt. She butt hurt.
Yeah, like.
Okay.
She's hurt. You got fired. Boom.
What about you, Sippin?
I think she's sad she lost her job.
Okay. Kita? Because you took a long sip.
Tamar. She's petty with her sisters.
Yeah.
I mean, you think she's not gonna be petty with her co-host?
Right.
Really?
Right. She hurt.
She's hurt. She felt like they should have fought for her when it wasn't. She doesn't even know the full option. She should let it be an adult. Stop falling into that last baby syndrome of the world owe me everything.
She's about to be 40.
My whole thing is that she needs to just let it go. Because you just making yourself look bitter and sad and butthurt. I mean, you got fired, okay. What they gonna do? They still want their checks.
Yeah.
They not gonna be like, oh, no,
They got family to take care of.
They all got families and they all got bills, so they can't be worrying about you and you get fired.
I agree. At the same time, you have to realize the co-hosts were on hiatus when this occurred, so they were unaware. As Lonnie had stated and Tamara had stated, they did the photo shoot with Tamar. They did Essence with Tamar. They were unaware of any of this because they had just done a photo shoot for season, what is it, 3? Season 3.
Going on right now.
Yeah, for season 3. So they did not know that this was going to happen. They are also, none of the hosts, which I think is proven by Tamar, because if you can't keep your job with your husband being a producer, it shows that none of the hosts are actually in a position to get anyone fired. You also have to look at the fact that Tamar will be 41, you know, and no offense, but you act like you 12 sometimes. She acts 12. This is a show where the ladies were kind of cohesive, and even when they brought in the guest host, you saw the difference in it. I don't know if anybody watched it, but you saw the difference in it from when she was there and when she's not. You separate yourself. You're in cooking segments. If Tamir is cooking, you don't want to eat it. You just, this good, friend. But you're not trying it with the rest of the co-hosts. You're not really communicating and making yourself open. How long do you think that will last? And how do you not expect the viewers to notice that this is going on? At the end of the day,
I learned that from Breakfast Family Values. She can't take what they dish in her.
You know, you cannot sit up and expect everyone to take it and then not say anything back. That's just reality of any situation that you're in, whether it be work or personal. It just is what it is. And from my understanding, she was fired due to an advertiser wanting to pull it because of the way she acted. And if your attitude is not there, you could be the richest woman in the world. You're going to have to find another way to get your coin, honey. I'm going to go into a big question that kind of has a lot of points to it. 2 weeks ago, Beyoncé released a statement